Chapter 5, Part 3, Peace Beyond Pleasure, Scenes 5:21-5:29. Introduction, the search for true joy. Scene. The armies still wait, but Arjuna's battlefield has become a classroom for the deepest truths of human longing. Having learned that action can be free of bondage and that wisdom cuts doubt, he now hears Krishna speak of joy. Not the fleeting joy of senses, but the lasting peace of the self. For the warrior torn between love for his family and duty to fight, the question of happiness is not abstract. He wonders, will victory or defeat bring me joy, or only more sorrow? Krishna answers by redefining joy itself.
Then, in the ancient world, joy was often pursued through ritual, wealth, power, or family. These brought moments of pleasure, but also cycles of loss and grief. The sages observed this paradox. Pleasure gained through senses always ends in pain. Food satisfies, but hunger returns. Wealth brings comfort, but fear of loss shadows it. Power excites, but breeds rivalry. The wise concluded, true joy cannot come from what perishes. Krishna echoes this truth. The joy of senses is temporary. The joy of the self is lasting. The yogi who withdraws from restless cravings and rests in the self discovers a peace beyond pleasure, a serenity not broken by gain or loss.
Now, this is urgently relevant for us. Modern culture glorifies pleasure. Advertisements shout, buy this, eat this, achieve this, and you will be happy. Social media measures joy by likes and attention. Workplaces reward endless achievement. Yet beneath it all, people remain restless, because pleasure spikes but does not last. Like sugar, it excites, then crashes. Krishna invites us to choose differently. He points to sustained serenity, the calm joy of living anchored in the self. This joy is not absence of activity, but absence of clinging. It is steady, independent, free. We can all see this in our lives. Think of moments when you rested deeply in yourself, watching a sunrise, serving someone without expectation, meditating, or simply being fully present. That calm joy lingered longer than any purchased pleasure. Krishna says this joy is the mark of wisdom. The yogi chooses lasting joy over fleeting thrill, serenity over spikes of excitement.
Focus. The heart of this section is clear. Choose lasting joy. Sense pleasures rise and fall, always ending in sorrow. The peace of the self is steady, serene, beyond pleasure and pain. Krishna calls Arjuna and us to make this choice consciously.
Scene 5:21, detached from sense pleasures. Scene. Krishna teaches, one who is detached from external contacts finds joy in the self. Such a yogi, united with Brahman, enjoys imperishable happiness.
Then, the contrast is stark. Pleasure from external senses is temporary, but the yogi who detaches from this restless chase and turns inward discovers a different joy. The self, united with Brahman, shines a source of happiness that does not fade. For Arjuna, this is reassurance. Victory or defeat in battle will bring temporary emotions, but true joy lies in his union with Krishna, not in outcomes.
Now, this is timeless wisdom. Many of us chase external pleasures, food, entertainment, possessions, relationships only to find they fade. The deeper joy comes when we turn inward. A walk in silence, meditation, sincere prayer, selfless service, these connect us with the self. That joy lingers because it arises from being, not from objects. The yogi enjoys this imperishable happiness even while living in the world.
Focus. Do not depend on external pleasures. Turn inward, unite with the self, and discover joy that does not fade.
Scene 5:22, pleasures that end in pain. Scene, Krishna warns, the pleasures born of sense contacts are wombs of sorrow. They have beginning and end, O son of Kunti. The wise do not delight in them.
Then Arjuna is told the truth of sensory joy. It arises when senses meet objects, sight, sound, taste, touch, smell, but it always ends. Hunger returns, music fades, touch passes. Worse, attachment grows, and sorrow follows when the object is lost. The wise know this cycle and do not chase it. For Arjuna, this means not to base his life on fleeting feelings of pleasure or pain. His dharma must guide him, not the lure of temporary comfort.
Now, this lesson is urgent today. Our culture sells happiness as consumption, yet every purchased joy fades quickly, leaving emptiness. The wise do not despise pleasures, but they see them clearly. They enjoy without clinging, knowing their limits. Like eating food for nourishment, not obsession. Like resting for strength, not indulgence. Krishna's call is to rise above the addiction to sense pleasures, because they always carry sorrow hidden within.
Focus. See sense pleasures clearly. They rise, they fall, they bind. Do not let them rule your life. Seek the joy that lasts.
Scene 5.23, Strength in Withstanding Desire. Scene, Krishna explains, he who can withstand even here before the body is cast off, the storm of desire and anger, he is a yogi and a happy man.
Then, here Krishna defines mastery. The yogi does not wait for death or retreat to control passions. He faces desire and anger in life and withstands them. Desire pulls forward, anger pushes back. Together they storm the heart. The yogi holds steady like a tree in wind. For Arjuna, this means he must face his storm of emotions, grief, rage, fear, here and now, not run away. Mastery in life, not escape in death, defines the yogi.
Now, this truth is practical. Desire and anger are the twin storms of modern life too. Advertising fuels desire, conflict fuels anger. Many collapse under these forces. Krishna points to strength. Happiness belongs to the one who steadies in storms. This does not mean suppression, but mastery. Observing emotions, not being enslaved by them. The yogi is not numb, but free. By withstanding storms, he finds peace.
Focus, face storms of desire and anger with steadiness. Mastery here and now, not escape, is the key to happiness.
Scene 5.24, Joy within, light within. Scene, Krishna says, he who finds happiness within, delight within, light within, that yogi, united with Brahman, attains liberation.
Then the source of joy is now revealed fully. The yogi does not depend on external triggers. He rests in the self. His happiness is inner, his delight is inner, his light is inner. This independence makes him free. For Arjuna, this means his peace will not come from victory or defeat, from praise or blame. It will come from the inner connection with Krishna, the self.
Now, this teaching is medicine for us. Many people search for joy outside partners, possessions, achievements, but remain restless. Inner joy is different. It does not depend on conditions. A yogi in solitude, a worker in duty, a parent in love, all can find light within. This does not mean rejecting the outer world, but rooting joy in the inner self. That joy is unshaken by outer changes.
Focus, root your joy within. External joys fade, inner joy lasts. The yogi who lives in this light attains true freedom.
Scene 5.25, Peace for the Selfless. Scene, Krishna declares, the sages, free from desire and anger, who control the mind and know the self, find peace everywhere.
Then, Krishna now shows the fruit of selflessness. The sages, having let go of craving and resentment, rest in peace. They control the mind not by force, but by clarity. They know the self, and that knowledge makes them light. Their peace is not tied to a place, time, or condition. They carry it everywhere. For Arjuna, this is vital. Even on the battlefield, peace is possible if he lets go of craving and anger.
Now, this truth is liberating for us. We often think peace requires perfect conditions, silence, retreat, success. Krishna says no. Peace comes from selflessness. The sage can walk in busy markets, live in families, work in offices, and still remain serene because his heart is free of craving and anger. This means peace is portable. Wherever you go, if you carry clarity, you carry peace.
Focus. Peace is not in conditions but in freedom from craving and anger. Know the self, master the mind, and peace will follow you everywhere.
Scene 526, Peace for the Self-Mastered. Scene, Krishna explains, the sages who are free from desire and anger, who control the mind and who realize the self, find peace both here and hereafter.
Then, Arjuna is told that peace is not a distant promise but a present reality. The sages master themselves by letting go of craving and resentment. They steady the mind, realize the self, and therefore live in peace now and after death. They are not shaken by circumstances because their center is within. For Arjuna, this is key. He fears sin, defeat, and loss. Krishna assures him that peace is possible even in war if he masters himself, not just the outer battlefield.
Now, this is deeply relevant for us. Many of us postpone peace. We say, I'll be peaceful when work is done, when family settles, when money is secure. But Krishna shows that peace is not conditional. It comes from self-mastery. When you control desire and anger, peace is already here. When you realize the self, peace follows everywhere. This frees us from waiting for perfect conditions.
Focus. Peace is here and now for the self-mastered. Drop desire, drop anger, steady the mind, and the self shines.
Scene 5.27. Meditation. Withdraw the senses. Scene. Krishna describes shutting out external contacts, fixing the gaze between the eyebrows, balancing the in-breath and out-breath. The sage controls senses, mind, and intellect, seeking liberation.
Then, Arjuna now receives a glimpse of meditation practice. The yogi withdraws from restless external pursuits. He steadies vision, focuses inward, and balances breath. With senses, mind, and intellect quieted, he turns wholly to liberation. This does not mean hating the world, it means transcending its pull. For Arjuna, the image is of stillness in the midst of chaos. On the battlefield, he too can center himself through focus, breath, and awareness, finding calm even while surrounded by noise.
Now, this guidance is practical today. The modern world floods us with stimuli, screens, noise, constant messages. Peace feels impossible. Krishna offers meditation as antidote. Closing eyes, slowing breath, fixing awareness inward, these are tools available to all. Even a few moments of conscious breathing restore balance. The principle is timeless. When senses turn inward, the self shines. Meditation is not escape, but mastery.
Focus. Withdraw senses, steady gaze, balance breath. Meditation turns restlessness into clarity and clarity into liberation.
Scene 528. The yogic discipline of balance. Scene. Krishna adds, the sage, absorbed in liberation, free from desire and fear and anger, remains always in control, with mind steady, devoted to me.
Then, Krishna describes the inner state of the yogi. Absorbed in liberation, he is free of the three great disturbances: desire, fear, and anger. He lives balanced, disciplined, steady, devoted to the divine. His freedom is not cold detachment but warm devotion. For Arjuna, this is hope. His turmoil of desire for family, fear of defeat, and anger at injustice can be transformed by devotion to Krishna. Discipline steadies him, devotion uplifts him, and balance frees him.
Now, this vision is transformative for us. Our lives, too, are tossed between craving, fear, and anger. These three forces fuel stress and conflict. Krishna shows the way: discipline and devotion. When we practice daily steadiness and anchor our lives in the divine, balance follows. The yogi lives not numb but serene, not withdrawn but present, not arrogant but devoted. This is freedom with heart.
Focus. Discipline plus devotion bring freedom. Free yourself from desire, fear, and anger, and live steady, balanced, devoted to the divine.
Scene 529, the supreme goal of peace. Scene. Krishna concludes, knowing me as the enjoyer of sacrifices, the Lord of all worlds, and the friend of all beings, the sage attains peace.
Then, the final verse crowns the teaching. True peace comes from knowing Krishna's threefold nature. He is the enjoyer of all sacrifices. Whatever is offered in yajna reaches him. He is the Lord of all worlds. Nothing lies outside his care. He is the friend of all beings, compassionate, near, and loving. The sage who knows this lives in unshaken peace. For Arjuna, this is reassurance. Krishna is not distant. He is not only cosmic ruler but intimate friend. Fighting with devotion to him, Arjuna's heart can rest in peace even amid war.
Now, this is the final key for us. Peace is not only self-mastery, not only meditation, but relationship. Knowing the divine as friend dissolves loneliness, fear, and pride. Whether in ritual, work, or meditation, we remember that all is offered to him, all is ruled by him, and all are loved by him. This vision transforms life into harmony. Peace is no longer temporary calm, but lasting trust.
Focus. Know the divine as enjoyer, Lord, and friend. With this vision, peace is yours here and forever.
Closing summary. Peace beyond pleasure. Scene. The battlefield is still. Arjuna has asked about renunciation, action, equality, and wisdom. Now Krishna turns to the question that haunts all hearts. Where is true peace found? He contrasts fleeting pleasure with lasting serenity and shows Arjuna the way beyond both craving and fear.
Then Krishna begins by teaching that sense pleasures born of contact are temporary and end in sorrow. The wise do not delight in them. Scenes 521, 522. True strength is withstanding storms of desire and anger while alive, not running away from them. Scene 523. The yogi finds joy within, light within, independence within. Scene 5.34. The sages, free of craving and anger, know the self and therefore carry peace everywhere. Scene 5.25. This peace is not postponed to the afterlife. It is available here when desire and anger are mastered and the mind steadied. Scene 526. Krishna then describes meditation, withdrawing senses, steadying gaze, balancing breath, turning inward. Scene 527. The yogi lives disciplined, free of desire, fear, and anger, devoted to the divine. Scene 528. Finally, Krishna crowns the teaching with devotion. Knowing him as the enjoyer of sacrifice, the Lord of worlds, and the friend of all beings, the yogi rests in unshaken peace. Scene 529. For Arjuna, this transforms the battlefield. His victory or defeat, pleasure or pain no longer define peace. Peace lies in discipline, devotion, and union with Krishna.
Now, this wisdom is urgent for our age. We live in a culture of pleasure spikes, buying, consuming, scrolling, chasing. But pleasure always fades, leaving emptiness. True joy is lasting serenity, found in the self, in discipline, in devotion. The storms of desire and anger still come, but the yogi weathers them with steady breath, clear mind, and anchored heart. Peace is portable. It is not in perfect conditions, but in inner mastery. You can carry it to workplace, home, market, battlefield. Meditation, self-control, devotion. These are the tools. Above all, knowing the divine as friend transforms life. No longer lonely, fearful, or restless, the yogi walks in harmony.
Focus. The heart of this section is a call to choose lasting joy. Sense pleasures fade. The peace of the self endures. With discipline, meditation, and devotion to the divine as Lord and friend, you can live free. Choose serenity over spikes, lasting joy over fleeting thrill. This is peace beyond pleasure.